and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another pen review video. So this pen comes in a rather strange looking box. It's an F for fine nib, and this is a Pilot Vanishing Point, and it is the Raden Galaxy. So first off, I'm going to show you a few other things. It came in this box. It didn't come in an outer box. It also came with a pack of Pilot Namiki cartridges for fountain pens, and these are really, you'll see here, 12 cartridges there. I've not actually used these. I'm not a cartridge fan, to be honest. It also came with this envelope, a very large envelope, and you've got Namiki in gold here. And if I pull all of this out, there's a number of things that you have here in the envelope. You have a Namiki, and this is a guarantee card. You have a very detailed manual in lots of different languages, again Namiki, and then you have this Namiki CD, and it actually goes into great details on the Maki and the various types of Maki. So the one that I have here is the Raden, and you can see the CD there. And then you have lifetime guarantee there as well. And then obviously you have the box. And I also did have a bag that came with it as well. I'm not too sure where that bag is now, but I'm sure I have it around here somewhere. It was a tote bag, which all of this actually, all of this paperwork and CDs and that all came inside along with this box. So let me open the box. You can see there that pattern is quite nice, lots of like gold there. And then you have this, what looks to be like a balsa wood box, and it says Namiki on it. So if I lift that up, you'll see it's got a little bit of indentation here, and then a little bit of foam, and then you have the pen. So this is a Namiki Raden Galaxy. Now you do get this, and this is really for if you're going to be using the cartridges. So I'll move it out of the way, and it comes on this lovely little plush bed here. But you can see here this pen really is stunning. I've wanted one of these for quite some time now. I would actually like to get all of the Raden versions of the Namiki. The other ones are actually a little bit more expensive than this one. I also managed to pick this up around Christmas 2018, and Colt Pens at the time actually had a really good offer on, so I decided to snap it up whilst I could. I wanted a broad nib. They still didn't have a broad nib in stock. I had waited for about a month, and then suddenly this went on sale. So they had it only in a fine nib, so I picked it up in a fine nib. I have 3 Vanishing Points now. I started off with the black and gold trim, which had a fine nib, and then shortly before buying this one, I decided to buy a Crimson Sunrise because it had a broad nib, and then this one with a fine nib. So I can swap the nibs around if I want to, but this Galaxy is really quite stunning, this Raden effect going on there. So in terms of the pen in the size of my hand, it's actually a really good size pen. It comes with an 18 karat gold, and this is a fine nib. And if I try to zoom in a little bit there, you'll see it. But these are very, very small nibs. Now, the only thing that I wasn't a fan on, and to be honest, a lot of people are not, are having a clip here where you have to try and grip the pen in a specific way. Like, it's fine if you write like this, but some people write like this, and some people write underneath, and it really depends on your grip. And for me, although my grip is actually quite standard like this, I still roll my nib a little bit, and I was getting to a point that with the vanishing points I would do this more. And maybe that's helped me actually try to stop rolling my nib when I write. I think I do still do it from time to time, but I think it probably has helped a little bit. So what you have here is the front part is a section. There is no cap, effectively, because you have a trap door. And then the back part is basically really the back part, the pen, the body. So if I unscrew this here, you will see that there is a cartridge converter in here. And if I remove that, you will see the whole nib unit. And you'll see that's a little bit inky. They do become a little bit inky there. And that's the feed on the back. So the cartridge you fill up. Now, I always have problems. I cannot put these nibs in an ink bottle and suck up the ink because it hardly pulls in any ink. So I end up taking the cartridge converter out, using an ink syringe and filling it up. And that can get a little bit messy when you try to push it back in. Now, the other thing to mention here as well is you have this little metal notch here. Now, if you try to not engage it into that hole and screw on the back end of the pen, you will likely damage the nib. You have to put it into that little notch, and it's a little locking notch so that you know that it's in the right location. And then you just screw the pen on like so, and then it's perfect. So I think let's do a size check, a weight check, and then we'll do a writing sample. So obviously there is no cap to this pen, but the pen itself is about 140 millimeters in length. And then the weight of the pen, fully inked up, we are looking at just over 31 grams. So that's not a bad weight pen, to be honest. But this pen, I really do love the Raden effect on it. So from left to right, we have a Pelikan M600 turquoise white, a Pelikan M805 in the vibrant blue, a Pelikan M800 Grand Place, a Delta Federico, a Pilot Namiki Raden Galaxy, and this is the vanishing point. We have a TWSBI Diamond 580 AL, a TWSBI VAC 700R, an Opus 88 demonstrator. We have a Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero, and this is in the Positano blue. And then we have an Omas 360 in the cotton grey. So let's do a writing sample. So we have the Pilot Namiki, or Namiki Pilot, depending on how you want to call it. And this is the Raden Galaxy, and it's the vanishing point. And it's a fine nib, and it's an 18 karat gold nib. And the ink in here today is Diamine. Actually, if I can spell Diamine. And the ink is a German exclusive, and it's Skull and Roses. This is actually quite a nice ink. It's quite a heavy sheening ink. Now, this is a fine nib, so you are going to get, effectively, because this is a Japanese fine, you are going to get it as a Western extra fine nib. and you could push the nib a little bit more, but I don't like pushing these vanishing points. The nibs will not flex much, and to be honest, you're not going to get much line variation out of them. Now, in terms of wetness, so this is actually quite a wet ink. It's also very high in dye, so it will actually go everywhere if you're not careful. So you do have to be very careful with this because it is a very high sheening ink. But the thing that I do like to put in this pen a lot, it actually sheens very similar to the Organic Studio Nitrogen ink, and that in itself is an ink that will go a long way. This isn't quite as sheening an ink, but I do like having this pen inked up with it. So that's the review of the Pilot Namiki Raden Galaxy Vanishing Point. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.